What's up everybody, Alex Comstock with WhitetailDNA here. Got team member Caleb up from Nebraska as well. We were doing some 3D shooting this past weekend and just kind of good excuse to get together, hang out. At one point I had the whole crew together, which was a lot of fun. We're gonna do a couple videos here. This one I want to talk about our 2023 bow setups. Kind of did a video of this last year, I believe. Made a few changes, but essentially just want to run through what I'm shooting, what you're shooting, and just kind of talk about what we like and what this year's gonna look like with our setup. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here, jump in. We'll talk about maybe sights first. Me and Caleb, we're shooting, the whole team, we're shooting from redline bow hunting. Me and Caleb's sights definitely differ a little bit. I'm shooting the torch. On a previous video, if you go back, I'll link up here, right at single pin versus multi-pin. I kind of talked about what I was going to be shooting this year and like kind of my thought process on when I came to decide what to shoot. I ended up going with the torch. I really like the torch because first of all, it's a double pin sight. So, you know, it's like a single pin and then it's got a pin below it. So, you know, essentially for me, I can use it as a single pin, and I've got it right now where the bottom pin is set up where it's always 10 yards further. So essentially, if I've got my single pin dialed in for 30 yards, and a buck's coming in, I think it's gonna be at 30, and all of a sudden maybe he steps out to 40, I can use that bottom pin to shoot at 40. The torch I really liked. I'm shooting the best I've shot in a while right now, and you know, the slides really nice. Setting it up was super easy. Really like the torch, and then Caleb's gonna talk about his sight and you know maybe why he likes what he's shooting.
So I'm shooting the same sight as last year actually. It's the 3-pin slider or the roller. I really like this sight because my set pins are 20, 30, 40. So then if a deer comes in, I don't have to take time to adapt in range. I also like that the 3-pin, it gives me those options, but it's not a lot of clutter in there. It's actually really clean housing. The optics are fairly bright. Like right now it's fairly dark out. My pins are just glowing. I love the adaptability of it. Like today or this weekend during the shoot, I was just rolling. I was just using my first pin as my single pin. So I sighted mine in to make my top pin my floating pin. So if it was like a 47-yard shot, I'd just roll my dial down to 47, lock it in and shoot. So I like that. It can be used as a single pin, but also there in the tree stand, I already got those fixed pins for 20, 30, 40. And if it's in the middle, I can just shoot the gap. But so yeah, it's the exact same sight I ran last year. It's a dovetail, which I really enjoy. Like driving up here, I just pop the sight out and then mark it, come back. When I'm ready to shoot, I just slide it back in and everything's good to go. So I really enjoyed shooting this sight last year. That's why I didn't change it. It's worked for me, so I'm gonna keep shooting it.
So maybe talk about the rest next. Maybe you want to kick it off first. We're shooting the Guru rest from Redline, and maybe talk about your initial thoughts on it.
Yeah, so I just got my Guru rest put on a couple, 2-3 weeks ago maybe. I was shooting the QAD, and I noticed some differences right away. It's obviously still cable driven, so it runs off the cable instead of the limb. The biggest difference I've noticed between this and the QAD is when I go full draw on a QAD, there's enough, that line gets tight to pull it up, to pull the, I guess paddle maybe up. But on this, there's like a little lever right here, and that's what activates it, and that's what makes your wrist go up and down. It seems to be shooting really well. I like that the part where the arrow rest is all on rubber, so there's not like that grinding noise if you run out of felt or whatever. It just seems super smooth. Overall, it seems like a solid rest. I haven't dug too much into it, but after shooting this weekend and shooting the last couple weeks, haven't had any issues with it at all.
I know for me, I really like how it just, like, when it's up, it is locked into place.
Yeah.
There's no wiggle with it. I think that's kind of what you're talking about.
Yep.
Where like this rest is just pretty much rock solid. And I do like, what's just different for me is a previous drop away rest for me is you could have the option of flipping it up, or you could have it, if you forgot, you could have it down and then pull back and it would come up. But sometimes if you were to do that, kind of forget, like it would maybe like fall, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that was an issue that Garrett was having actually this week, is because he went from a limb driven rest to this rest, and when he go full draw, there's twice where he forgot to flip it up and the rest won't actually flip up. So I guess if that's something you're coming from is a limb driven rest and you're looking at one of these Gurus, that's something that you just need to get in the pre-shot routine of I always go up there, knock my arrow, and I take my left thumb and flip the rest up so it's already ready to go.
Which I kind of like, because then it's already locked in. You don't ever have to worry about it falling off if you can just at least remember to always, you know, flip it up.
Yep.
Other than that, then I'm shooting just the red line stabilizer. I think I've got the 8-inch maybe, shorter stabilizer. Not much going on, not much exciting here. Kaleb, you differ a little bit with shooting a back bar. I mean, maybe kind of talk about why you like the back bar.
Yeah, so I have a 10-inch off the front and then a 6-inch off the back. This year I actually got Red Line's back bar kit, which I really like because it's got that quick attach where you just unscrew it, pop your back bar out, slide it back in, and it screws. And then there's a lot of adaptability where I can move my back bar left and right, up and down, depending on where I like it. I like the back bar because I'm a shooter that I can never seem to get stable. So the back bar for me, I guess it really helps me kind of settle in. And then even when I shoot, it just seems like it's a lot more dead in my hand with this back bar on. It seems to take a lot of vibration out, and it's not too big, so it's never really in the way for me. But I definitely really enjoy having that coming off the back, and I like that 10 out front with I got 3 weights on each. So
I think it's just interesting how everyone can be different, where I've never shot a back bar and I just don't want to try something new, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd throw you off, but it is something just watching you shoot and how it, you know, with it on there, it does look like it could be beneficial. So something I might think about in the future as well.
Absolutely. And then not on my bow. Last year I was running the 6 arrow quiver. This year I switched it up to 5, so that's gonna be the big difference for me. And I don't shoot with my quiver on, but if I did, that's another reason why a lot of people run back bars, because it helps kind of balance the weight on your right side of your bow with your arrows to the left. But I never really have my quiver on my bow for that to be an option.
Yeah, I don't have my quiver on either. I should have probably grabbed that, but I've been doing the same 3 arrow quiver. I really like the 3 arrow quiver from Red Line just because it's super, super light. It's gotta be one of the lighter quivers out there. And if I need more than 3 arrows, then I'd probably be in a bad situation anyway.
Absolutely. And then as far as bows go, I'm still shooting the old trusty Matthews Tri-X. I've shot this bow really well for a lot of years, and yeah,
and I've got the VXR 28. Been shooting this for a few years. Not much has changed there. The only thing that I've added that I haven't probably talked about between last year and this year is Luke got into shooting a nose button and using some I think it's called what they call it, grip tape from Omar.
Yeah,
archery grip tape. Those 2 things I do really like. Just a nose button kind of to help ensure that same anchor point every time, and the grip tape is nice just to have something to. It's a little different. It's almost just like a little more padding up here, and it's pretty comfy. So, is there anything else you think we should talk about with these bow setups for this year? Anyone think that someone should be thinking about?
And if you're looking at getting into a bow, I mean, you don't always have to get the latest and greatest accessories. Find a bow that fits you. I mean, my bow is old. Tri-X, I think, is about 6 years old, so I shoot it well. I'm comfortable with it. So
kill a few deer.
Let's kill a few deer. So yeah, if you're looking to get in archery, you don't have to always have the top of the line stuff. Just find a bow that suits you well. Shoot it, get comfortable with it, and get those reps in.
Yeah. Last thing I want to touch on with Red Line before signing off here is that, you know, Red Line stuff I would say is pretty price point friendly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as far as the spectrum goes, you can go from bottom, you know, you can get a wider range of prices. But if you look at the Red Line stuff, you know, it's not outlandish.
No.
You know, we won't name the site, but we were at this 3D shoot this past weekend. Luke's buddy Nate wanted to go buy one, and it was, you know, I think $500, $600, $700 if you want to get some customization. And I want to say the torch comes in at $279 if I'm right on it.
It's probably right around
if I'm wrong, but I think it's. So I mean, all the accessories you can get into. So I definitely highly check out Red Line. We're loving the stuff and everything else that come with our setups. You know, we're excited for this fall, and I think they're going to do us well. So
absolutely.
If you like this video, I appreciate you watching. Do us a big favor, hit that like and subscribe below. That always helps out. And we've got more coming. We're a month away from season. The content's gonna be rolling out like crazy here. We'll be in North Dakota in not too long. So appreciate you watching. See you on the next one.